Yeah, the Capitol building has partnership for sustainability and development pass for short along with present with petition the legislature, the 54 national legislature, on they said that December a representative from the house, yet present speaks to the group on this one for the
for Mental to stay in Liberia because they want to terminate Mental contract. So when we come to the house of legislature, Amanda, Aluta.
I realize that there are two groups, but they are in coalition. But allow your friend to speak. If you're not here on the side, you still talk.
Zayo. You can talk and just go Zayo. Represent purity Zayo. Men are around. That I do Zayo. Every time we have our people in our other area Zayo. Now that I do it means that you come in now 30,000 to Zayo. Aluta.
All right, thank you, brother. You have a written petition?
Yeah. It's on the way. Coming. Will be presented. With a report from our research.
Thank you. Yeah. But I will speak to the group. Then at the latest time, I think you will come with a petition. Because I guess some intelligent that the president will be coming very soon. So we can't keep people in the sun.
Yes.
But let's two brothers speak before I proceed.
Amanda. Okay, Honorable, I want to say thank you for being so kind because we saw other vehicles just going in. Firstly, I'm Aliu M. Famula, Program Officer of the Partnership for Sustainable Development. And the Partnership for Sustainable Development is a national organization that is involved in advocacy. We do advocacy from human rights stance, governance, natural resource, health, water, and sanitation. Having sat keenly and listened to the diverse argument on the Metal Steel extension agreement, something ran to our minds. And
No, I wasn't correction. I said the woman who can't die.
Yeah. Something ran to our mind that it's like there is a situation that is happening. So we formulated our program teams and they went into the 3 counties, the 3 affected counties. We got some on-site, information, and then we did some desk review. After our desk review, we came up with a conclusion of which, the day before yesterday, we came up with a press statement. It was okay on other radio stations about the unhealthy component of the debates, where people saying that they shouldn't extend the deal, they should cancel the deal. In our minds, it will be denying other opportunities, to Liberians. One, it will honor the peace of our country, because those Liberians that are employed there, if they deny the deal or let's say cancel the deal, they will be vulnerable to society. It will also undermine the growth of our economy. Because as we learned from our research, after signing this deal, we will receive 80 million additional revenue generation as Salameta. The affected counties will also lose 3 million that have been generated through the county and social development funds. So we came up with our petition statement. We wrote the committee on claims and petition, and we got our return copies of those letters, and our petition statement is here along with the report, and our official spokesperson will be here to present it when the appropriate time reaches. And we believe that by you coming to us, it simply means that our effort making some level of sense. So thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. Amanda!
There are 2 groups. The group have spoken.
No, that is sad.
Okay, you are the head.
Yeah, the coalition. Okay. Let me say, Amanda. Amanda. Okay. I am a representative, or better still, the Secretary General for the Coalition of Youth and Students for Better Liberia. We want to use this medium. We want to use this medium to first of all acknowledge and establish the fact that you were able to come to us because we officially informed you that we were going to be here today by 11. It speaks to the fact that you are one of those lawmakers who is pushing the agenda of our country because you are a respecter of time. Having said that, moving forward, we've come here today in our mass to plead with you, our principal deputies, to scrutinize vividly the due of a stellar matter and then see the need for an extension so as to allow destitution and poverty vacate this country. So we believe, the institution believes, that to resist or to reject the Mittel agreement deal will invite poverty and joblessness in our country. Yes. It sends a very terrible message outside there that Liberia is not investors friendly. That's the message we send. All we want you to do, honorable lawmakers, our direct representatives, let's go into the Mittel Steel deal, what they should do, what they didn't do, and what they are about to do now must also be looked out. The new arrangement must also be keenly reviewed, and those things that are required to make our people happy in the Bong, the Bassa, and the Nima counties, all must be applied, enshrined, and must be articulated to the core so as to allow happiness visit the doorsteps of the ordinary people.
Amanda!
Having said that, I'm going to be lacune. Having said that, what affects those 3 counties, it affects the entire Liberianization. If Mittel has on default over the years, it could still be worked on. Our lawmakers must also employ monitoring and evaluation system alongside our local authorities. So that if matter is to do this and matter does not do it, it is the responsibility of the lawmakers and the local authorities to tell matter to do it. So if matter did not do it, then we also want to blame the lawmakers. Why were they not asking? Then we say to you, honorable lawmaker, thanks again a million. Just a gist of what we have in the voluminous document that we give to you. You're going to read them, and I know you're going to act on it. We're going to be following you regularly on a daily basis, particularly on session times, that we see that the discussion be put on the floor for the extension and what we come here for. But again, on behalf of Coastal, we want to say thanks a million for adhering to time. So your name will be written in the Guinness Books of Record for your timeliness and you are punctual. Thank you, and you are a nation builder, and we hope you see this gathering here as a gathering that will deliver Mama Liberia in this ratification of the Metasi deal, but they must now do what they were to do and they didn't do. All of those factors must be out loud and let them push them to do it.
Amanda! Oh, say! Speak! Well, thank you. Again, let me say to the coalition youth and the other group that came to witness this program. Thank you a lot. I think the procedure is a very nice procedure for people to really follow. The day of chucking rock, the day of stewing somebody's car, I don't think we the youth of this nation, we are in such a position to respond to a situation like that. And let me make it clear to you. Now it's a public discussion, but it's not a petition yet. You getting me? We are discussing your placard. We are discussing your feeding yet, but there is not a petition. Because a petition should be handled where calm, where reasonable issues now be discussed. And let me make it clear to you, I'm the chair on claims and petition. I'm not the only decision maker in the House of Legislature. I'm not the only decision maker in the lower house. I don't want for you to hold it against the chairman. To say, oh, the other day we went there, we told the chairman to do this, and we are not hearing anything. My responsibility is to receive the petition, try to link with the speaker and the chief clerk so the petition can surface on the floor. But I saw a placard in one of my sisters' hand here.
Put it off like a placard.
Say ratify and pass the MLMDA. You know, nobody against Astella Meta, real life. We don't want to scare any investor or investment away in this country. But my brother, what you have said, we want for the rightful thing to be done. The arguing that going on, people arguing because of their business. We don't want to donate the mountain. I think you can understand what I'm saying. Yeah. We don't want to just give the mountain, but we want to give the mountain to the people in return for our citizens to get better life. I don't think you people are under to the group that saying Meta City should build a housing unit, housing facility in Yikeba. I don't think you're against that. No. I don't think you're against the people that are saying Meta City should be in the readiness of giving job to the youth. I don't think you're against that. So meaning no need for us to be hauling and bullying. But if you bring the petition, I think it's going to be discussed properly. Rest assured that all your grievances, all your feeling, the only thing that we will not do is when you bring in negative issue to say we should not listen to whatsoever people say. Let Metasi do this, let Metasi do this. If you say that good, we should only give the mountain to them, then we will not support their idea. But when you are saying Metasi, for example, the people of Grand Bassa, Nimba, and Bon, they are saying Metasi, we beg you. Even when we went in, you came by the other day, a little brought I think 5 or 6 children outside. They said, my brother, let me tell you what's happening here. I live in this continuum. When the light goes off, brother, I have to bring all my children outside because the heat that in the continuum not easy. When you think, what the woman crying for? It's to build structure. Yeah. So the Liberians are speaking in one a call. So no one against Meta, but we want for the record thing to be done. Thank you. I expecting the hard copy soon. If you bring it, I will make sure and stand by it so that I can present it to the speaker for it to be discussed on the floor. Thank you. My own name is Gogu Air Cargo from Nimba Candidate District 4, Chairman of Claims and Petition. Thank you.
Okay, so Honorable, we just want you to put us in contact with somebody so that our guys can with the petition on the phone.
I will give you my number. That is no way I can.
Amanda.
Thank you. We appreciate your time
So,
and the effort.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Yeah, so I'll be expecting call from
We'll call you.
And he will
You
call
come
you.
and
the 2 bossmen.
No, you are our boss.
Set Honorable Wako from Nimba County. I'll speak with the 2 groups here on a partnership here, asking the House of Legislature to give amendment within this.
So, Amanda.
After the petition have been waiting on by Honorable Wako and his team from the House of Legislature, it assured that the demands from the both crew, which is the Coalition of Youth and Students for Better Liberia, COBIOD for short, which is on the other angle right from the Legislature building here at the Capitol building. This is a Coalition of Youth and Students for Better Liberia, COBIOD for short here, as they are holding on a placard. Some placard for ratification reads, it's a youth and students of Liberia supports the accidental agreement. And we have another placard saying, please ratify the accidental deal for Liberia benefits. Other one say, please ratify the metal agreement for employment of Liberians. Another placard is saying what our dear sister is holding on. Ratification of accidental agreement will be a help to arrest Liberia GDP. And another one saying accidental agreement will help revive Liberia economy. And this important agreement is based on what is unfolding of the $800 million Meta still want to impose into the new contract. So I want to join my folks. This is SWAP TV coming to you live as we bring what is unfolding on the ground in the building. And the 2 crews have been given order to enter the fence of the Capitol building. As you can see, the Partnership for Sustainable Development passed. Also, is their president as well. It's a reliant support for the 55th Legislature ratification of all to come. So our team are reaching toward. You can see the two groups out here. The pass and that of Cobia. Pass for short is a partnership for sustainable development. Pass for short and Cobia is a coalition of youth and students for better Liberia of Cobia. So folks, where I join on this is what TV come to your life. I should bring about this 40 top the meeting. And I'm not missing on the live stream. You can call it like a shut up in.
Amanda! Sayo! Sayo! That's not personal. Sayo! 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 Call for employment. Sayo! 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 When we team meta, Sayo! 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 When meta want to do intelligence, Sayo! 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 When we go say Sayo! 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 She want to do the no Sayo! Sayo! Amanda! 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 Oh, yeah, come to Amanda people, yeah, come to Amanda people, come to Amanda people, come to Amanda people, men and women, Amanda, away, Amanda, away, Amanda, away, Amanda, away, Amanda, away. Oh, shit. Yes, everybody, yes. Listen, everybody, listen.
So stay at the house, waiting on the petition to be read and hard copy to be given to the House of Legislature. The two groups which is passed for shop partnership for sustainability and development, and that of coalition of youth and students for better Liberia Cobiat as well.
And now they have
Amanda, Okay, not to bore you, let me say thanks so blissfully to all of us. Who have come today at the House of Representatives and that of the Liberian Senate, to our principal deputies. I'm talking about those we empower to represent us at the Capitol, an area that is referred to as the policy house. Having said that, due to the time, it is my pleasing pleasure to be dwarfed and turn over this pendulum to the chairpersons of this joint petition statement
that is going to bring relief to our people in Nima, Bon, and Grand Bassa counties. We say to you that rejecting this deal is denying 3,000 jobs and making vulnerability as a hallmark in the democratic tenets of our country, which you don't want to allow. So to disallow that is to come and appeal. So we now turn the pendulum over. We now turn the pendulum over to the chairpersons who will do the official reading of the petition. The floor is yours.
Before the delivery of the message, the official petition statement, let me hasten to say that the gallery you see here is a representation of the Coalition of Youth and Students for Better Liberia and the Partnership for Sustainable Development. Let me now invite the Media and Advocacy Officer of the Sustainable Development Partnership for Development, Ambassador Thomas Selly Jr. will do the official reading of the petition statement on behalf of the two groups.
Thank you so much, former leader Pei, and I have the singular most distinguished honor today to deliver this joint petition statement in my capacity as the Communication and Advocacy Manager for the Partnership for Sustainable Development. So, joint petition statement delivered by Thomas B. Selly Jr., the Communication and Advocacy Manager, Partnership for Sustainable Development, and the Coalition of Youth and Students for Better Liberia. Introduction. Whereas after a lengthy negotiation process throughout 2006, on 28th of December 2006, the government of Liberia and the Mittel still signed an amended Mineral Development Agreement, which was passed in law by the Liberian Legislature in May of 2007. Whereas the Mittel Liberia Mineral Development Agreement, in addition to mineral exploration, contains social obligations such as free healthcare, education, housing, rail and port development for their employees and dependents, as well as job creation for the general Liberian populace. Whereas after 52 weeks of intense negotiation between the government of Liberia and Mittel through the Inter-Ministerial Concession Committee, IMCC, the government of Liberia signed the Mittel Liberia Mineral Development Agreement amendment due on September 10, 2001, and subsequently submitted same to the Liberian National Legislature for ratification. Whereas the proposed new Mineral Development Agreement is valid phase and 1,000 new jobs in the operational phase. Whereas the expansion project encompasses processing, rail and port facilities, development, and therefore will be one of the largest mining projects in West Africa. It includes the construction of a new concentration plant, the substantial expansion of mining operations at these expanded levels. Mittel Liberia project will incite a major boost to Liberia gross domestic product GDP. Whereas following President Weah's submission of Mittel Liberia Mineral Development Agreement amendment, a small segment of society, particularly from some of the 3 affected counties, have taken the local media making claims that are deemed inflammatory and insightful against the company with the propensity to undermine the investment image of our country and people. Whereas, in an effort to inform discussions and decisions on the review and passage of the Mittel Liberia Mineral Development Agreement amendment, the Coalition of Youth and Students and the Partnership for Sustainable Development commissioned a debt review of related literature based on which the petition is derived. Now, therefore, we the citizens of Liberia, under the banner of Coalition of Youth and Students for Better Liberia and the Partnership for Sustainable Development, in an effort to promote the interests of the vast majority of the population, advance the following. 1. We believe if there are some provisions of the current Mittel Liberia Mineral Development Agreement that have not been implemented, rather than calling for the outright rejection of the New Deal and denying 3,000 languaging Liberians the opportunity of jobs, policy makers, leaders, and senior citizens should sit with the company, understand the reasons for the community-related defaults and define effective solutions while the new deal is passed. 2. We strongly hold the opinion that the many inflammatory statements in the press against the company operation, especially from senior citizens of the national leaders, must be put to an immediate end because they have the propensity to incite citizens in concession areas into violence and non-cooperation action, which will further tint our country's image. Sometimes we believe it is counterproductive to the rational effort to attract investors to our country, and these actions do not portray Liberia as an investment-friendly environment, and it could scare away existing investors. 3. Rejection of the company's request for expansion should not be an option, as doing so could cause Liberia to lose a minimum of $80 million to annual revenue, 3,000 new jobs. Additionally, $500,000 to the affected communities already existed, $3 million. Development of various infrastructure and the elevation of Liberia in the global mining communities. 4. Rather than the misinformation and negative propaganda of Asla Mittel taking sole ownership of the real, the legislature should inform the press and the general public about the multi-provisions in the new Mineral Development Agreement, which allows for access to others users to the real ones. They can further build its capacity as Asla Mittel Liberia has been doing and plans to further enhance. Finally, 5. On the basis of all the points herein made above, we members unequivocally call on the National Legislature to spring up to action and urgently pass the Asla Mittel Mineral Development Agreement amendment for the benefit of their people. In so doing, we therefore present to you, our legislature, this petition as the official position of the Partnership for Sustainable Development and the Coalition of Youth and Students for the Better Liberia, and calls upon you to ratify the amendment Asla Mittel Liberia Mineral Development Agreement for the betterment of our people, done in the city of Monrovia, Montserrat County, the 9th day of December, AD 2010. This particular press statement is being powered by the executives of both the Partnership for Sustainable Development and the Coalition of Youth and Student Group. So, Honorable Chair, on the Horses Committee on Claims and Petition, I have the singular most distinguished honor for and on behalf of the two distinct groups to present a well-defined report. We have 3 copies to be presented. One will be used by the Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives. One will also be used by the Committee on Claims and Petition. Another report, the same report, will be given to the Committee on Investment and Concession. So for him, on behalf of this particular grouping, Partnership for Sustainable Development, I, in my own name and with the support of my colleagues, hereby present 3 copies of the statements just read and 3 reflective aims and aspirations that have been reduced into report. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, fellow Liberians, I have the singular most distinguished honor to present to the chairperson of this Claims and Petition Committee on behalf of the organizations, both the statements and that of the reports. Honorable Chair, I want to say thank you, sir.
Yeah, about to say something, will be waiting for our response. As soon as possible, say,
All right. Thank you all so much. What is it? And it's good for the practice a peaceful gathering. But we met before coming in and make a statement that says no single lawmaker is against Asla Mittel. No one, no single citizen, even besides the lawmaker, no single citizen against Asla Mittel operation. But whatsoever that people are saying, especially lawmakers, they are saying it on behalf of the entire population of this country. No one is against a standard matter. Even you, the youthful group in this country, we don't want for to donate the mountain, the resources for a company. But in return, we want to get something that Liberian, even our unborn generation to come, will say, yes, our fathers and mothers were here. Because of that, we are living better life today. For a youthful population to say, let Metasti deal be passed. No one against that. We're waiting to pass the deal. Go ahead. What you want?
Manna! Amanda, the chair until the petition, just reiterated that the House of Legislature is willing to pass the Mineral Development Agreement extension. Manna! Say it, all the chair say it.
Say it. We are willing to pass the deal, but something attached. We are saying before the deal be passed, lots of things should happen. For example, Metasi, the workers of Metasi living continuous in Ikepa. Are you happy for such a thing to be done at that? No. We went to do some fat funny. I met a lady with 5 children, and the woman called me, telling me that, oh, my son, please come. I want to tell you this so that at the national level, for the tell the speaker, and she told me that we are living a continuum, but after, when the current goes off, my son, this continue looking at, can be so heated, I can be forced to bring all my children outside, at least for 3-4 hours before going back inside. Are you happy for such a thing to be happening to our country or to our citizens? No. Okay. Then me, all of us speaking in one accord. Yes. No one is against your petition. No one against a standard matter. But we are the custodians of the mountain. We want for the mountain not to be cursed to us. Let it be blessing to the people of this nation. Yes. I'm not here to explain all because I'm just a chairman of claims and petition. So I'll take this report, the petition to the speaker, even though we have a lot of petition in the petition room, but let me say committee room, but with what I see, I think we all have to discuss this so that our youthful population can live in peace, so that Metasi herself can be pleased with Liberian, and we too can be pleased with Metasi. That give and take. Metasi will not take the IO without giving us something. We need things in return. So, gentlemen, we can't just feed that Metasi bringing yellow machine to say, take the mountain. Taking the oil, we need something. We need better life. So be patient so that we can discuss the thing from the top to the bottom, or from the bottom to the top. We're stopping Metasi not to bring container anymore. Is that against you?
No.
So thank you for bringing this petition. The hearing, I will call the chair on a particular institution, because I cannot tell you the mistakes that in this thing. But after the public discussion, I will call you to tell you what I've been seeing here as an error, so all of us can work it together. Thank you. You will be handled to the speaker, so that my other colleagues can discuss it properly. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
So for the sake of petition, just be received the Winkle Second House, the chairman on claims and petition here at the legislature. So this is SWAT TV coming to you live, and I'm not listening on the live screen. So we want to support here at the Capitol building, where I have two distinguished groups, which is the Coalition of Youth and Students for Better Liberia, Cobia for short, and out of the Partnership for Sustainable and Development, PASD for short. We send a petition statement to House here as the chairperson. Just present the petition to the chairman on the committee. So I join one folks, this is SWAT TV coming to you that in the this is the last week. Can I really shut up this? I should bring the water support. Say good day for now, and keep sharing. I should bring water support, and God bless you.
Abi.
Taking the press interview. Coming.